What's going on, y'all? Chuck Nunface here. New knife day. Gonna be doing a little unboxing on this new Spyderco. So if you've been paying any attention to what's going on in the knife world right now, you may have a pretty good idea of which one this is. It is from Spyderco, of course, so let's go ahead and take a look. This comes from Safe and Lock Store in Syracuse, New York. That is one of the managing partners right there, Safe and Lock Store. Their IG, their phone number. They're always really good. Like if you haven't checked out Freight and Lock yet, definitely a good idea to go ahead and just check them out. See what they have to offer. They're authorized Spyderco dealers, authorized Medford dealers. They got a lot of cool stuff. So definitely go check them out. I think they're an up and coming store. And so they usually do something pretty cool too, where they kind of include some goodies in there. So dull knives suck, little lanyard action. So good people over there. Definitely go check them out. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, if you haven't seen it, we are looking at the Spyderco Military 2, which if you follow the channel, you are no stranger to the Military 2. You've seen it many times. I did 1 month, 1 knife, August 2024 with the 10V Military, or not 10V, the S1 10V Military. Most recently, I had this one right here, which is the carbon fiber sprint run, S90V, which I really like. I love S90V. It's my favorite stainless steel. However, I've been waiting for this one right here. This is, as I'm sure you've guessed by now, this is the Sean Houston, aka Big Brown Bear, CPM 15V. Non-stainless, super high wear resistant steel. I've been waiting for this one. Now they've been Spyderco's been dropping these 15V for, I don't know, what is it, 2 years now? In the Paramilitary 2, the Shaman, I think, got one. I don't know, there's been a bunch. The Mannix got it. And I've been waiting for the Military before I actually went and got one. And so when I saw that these were dropping, I reached out to Freight and Lock and I said, are y'all getting these? And Freight and Lock said, yep, we sure are. And I said, all right, I'll keep an eye out for it. And I went ahead and I got it from them. Right out of the bag, out of the box, great fit and finish from what I can tell. The blade is centered, which is nice. This one's still a little bit off. This one actually was just sold today. So this is going to be going out to my buddy Cali Cajun. I'll have this out to you, well, by the time you see this video, it may already be in the mail, or you already have it. In any case, yeah, so I've been waiting on this one. I've been really wanting to get it. It's 15V. I haven't had any experience with 15V yet. From what I've read and what I've heard, it's got awesome edge retention. It sharpens up nicely. Now, of course, it's not stainless, so it will take a patina. But look at that cool stone wash finish on there. That's nice. Now, this one is more of a belt satin, and that's that kind of stone wash finish. It reminds me of the Mannix, or not the Mannix, it reminds me of Maximate Steel, how they finish it. So they just go with a stone wash on there, much more muted. I think it looks really cool. And there's Big Brown Bear, Sean Houston's logo on that. Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been really waiting. Sal Glesser, Eric Glesser, I assume. The signatures are different on there too. So that's the Eric Glesser, and that's got Sal and Eric, I believe, on the signature for this one, that one versus this one. So just something I noticed. Thought I'd take note of that. Yeah, I've been waiting on 15V. Really looking forward to getting some time with this one right here. As you know, I do have these titanium scales from Rock Scale Design, and I think the 15V is going to be the new permanent host of the Rock Scale scales, the Rock Scale Design scales. So listen, you can stop the video now if you want. I always debate on whether or not I want to do this type of content where I'm going to do disassembly and reassembly and everything else. But one of my viewers, or a couple of my viewers, said, you know, I enjoy watching it. If people don't enjoy watching it, they can always fast forward it, or they don't have to watch that part. And I thought that was a good point. So I'm going to go ahead. Feel free, if you are not interested in watching the disassembly and reassembly and installation of these scales, feel free to just stop watching now. Or you can continue to watch or skip forward to the end of the video, whatever it is you like to do. No hard feelings. Oh yeah, that's right. So it's tip up, so I have to go ahead and take the pocket clip off now. So that's gonna be a T6 on the pocket clip. You need 3 different bits for these. You need a T6 for the pocket clip, you need T8 for the body screws, and you need T15, Torx 15 for the pivot. So we have to get this one out first if we want to be able to access the pivot. Screw. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right, so just put that off to the side. Swap out our bits again. 15. Oh, that one's in there nicely. Yeah, Spyderco, they used to do a lot of red Loctite years back. It would be a real pain. Now they've switched to blue. They've softened their stance on disassembling knives. If you're not subscribed to the channel, the button's right there. It's right there if you want to subscribe. Right there. Right there. The button. Click that button if you're not subscribed. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're returning and not subscribed, please subscribe. Because I do have a lot of people who watch my videos who don't click that subscribe button. And I'd certainly appreciate it if you would. It costs you nothing. It does help out. I do actually have a membership, if you're interested, where you can join. You can get maybe early access to videos. That's really, I don't have a whole lot of perks right now as far as membership goes. I'm working towards developing some perks. But I also, see, here's another downside is I don't know if I can change the amount that I charge. I don't know what it costs, actually. I have 3 different levels of membership, and I don't remember what it costs. But if you want to do that, I am thinking that I want to do some sort of giveaway, like if I get enough members to finance the purchase of a knife, like I can, we could do a vote to see what sort of knife I get. You know, we could do like a budget one. We could do, you know, a higher end one, depending on how many members I have. We could do something like that, and then I could carry the knife for a while and do a review on it, disassembly review and everything else, and then give it away to one of the subscribers, or not one of the subscribers, one of the members. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I do only have, I think I have at least one member right now. That's Greg Sweargen. Greg, thank you so much for being a member of the channel. I certainly do appreciate that, buddy. Greg recently had surgery, I believe on his hips, possibly his knee, something like that. And he's been recovering for that for the past couple of weeks here. So Greg, been thinking about you. Greg and I talk on Instagram. We've been buddies on Instagram for a while. Kind of, we've bought and sold to each other, traded with each other, things like that. So Greg's a good dude. Hope he's feeling better. Shout out to Greg. So I always find too with these knives that there's usually 1 or 2 of these screws that's kind of a bitch to get undone. Yep, there we go. Sometimes if you just hold it a little bit, clamp it a little bit with some pliers, you don't have to do it too hard. You get just enough to be able to pop that screw loose. No, this one's gonna be a, yeah, this one's gonna be a pain. This one's not gonna cooperate. Now, Spyderco has done their CQI. Let's see what I'll pop that out with. Nope, I ain't gotta do it. They used to press fit these in, these lanyard tubes. They're not doing that anymore, but this one is in there actually pretty tight, because I'm sure it's never come out. So let me see if I can pop it out. Without causing too much of a fuss. Yeah, it's coming. There we go. So So we got it out. So here I am saying that they don't really press fit them anymore, but they used to be a lot worse, where you couldn't even get them. You couldn't get them to budge, straight up budge, unless you did a lot of funky stuff. And I have several marred. This one's gonna be a pain. I may have to pause this. All right, we're back. Yeah, I finally did get it loose. There's typically one screw with Spyderco's that really is kind of a pain, and that was the one. This just was no different, but I finally did get that, and this is going to be the blade stop too. So, but yeah, that one did not want to come loose. So I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. I already did that. Clean up with some alcohol. Washer with some alcohol. So these are done. We're just going to go ahead and put those back in the box. Now I need to get this D pivot out. Okay, that's out. Now, let's see. So it is on a bushing, and it's flat on one side, so it doesn't spin. The bushing itself doesn't spin, so that'll lock in there and not spin too much. So we only need one of our two liners. So this liner we actually do not need. All right, this one's gonna go back in with the scale, so we don't need this liner anymore. So Rock Scale Designs makes these, so at least with everything except the crew wear, they do make a crew wear version where you need both of the liners because of the way the knife is constructed. But with the typical one that comes with G10, you're not going to need that other liner. You only need the one that is for the lock side. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. Are you still watching? Maybe you're still watching. I don't know. So we gotta get our washer. And then we'll do our pivot. So we have to line up that D with that flat side right there, okay? That flat side with the flat side. So it's called a D pivot because it looks like a little D. So that's like that. And then we'll go ahead and use just a little bit of lube. I'll use that McMurdy's EDC oil that I like. Go ahead and use that. We'll get our blade put on. Okay, and then we'll add a little more of that right there. Put a little bit on the detent track. And then we will add our So I probably should have done this a little bit differently, but we'll be okay. Oh, I have issues. Having issues. Oh, well, first of all, let's put our washer back on. Let's do that. Let's see if I can center this more. Okay, we have to start over again. Oh, this is another reason I don't like doing this on camera. Maybe we'll build it from this side. Oh, really? It's gonna be like that? All right. Forgive the pausing and the pauses in the video, but sometimes you just have to, because it really has been. It's kind of being a biatch to get this thing put back together the way I want it. So sometimes it's finicky. It kind of is what it is, man. And like I say, I don't do this like all the time. If you're somebody that's like always doing this, you may have more luck than I do with some of this stuff, but I don't always do this. So for me, it can be a pain. All right, so that's in there. God knows where my lube went. All right, now let's try to put it together. T15, just get it started. Get it started by hand. Okay. Body screw. Of course. Go ahead and tighten this one up too while I got the two wrenches out. Oh, I didn't even put it in this one. Where's my body screw? Great, I'm missing a screw now. All right, found it. So. Get that snugged up. Alright, so gotta adjust the pivot here. That's not bad. Yeah, we could do better than that. That's pretty good. There's a little movement. It's probably just going to take some adjustments. That's pretty good. Oh, that wasn't cinched down all the way. That ain't bad. Action's good. Blade centered. More centered than this one ever was. The S90V. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I guess we'll just put the pocket clip on it. What do you think? Should I get a Aftermarket pocket clip, something from Lynch. I don't know. This is probably going to be my forever. At this point, this is probably going to be my forever Millie 2. I've had the S110V. I've had the S90V. Obviously, still have it technically, but it has been sold. Because I was waiting on this 15V, man. I wanted to get this one in. I really wanted to try out this steel, and this was the model I was waiting for it to get. I mean, I thought it would like the Mannix, but I think the Mannix was one of the first releases that came out, and it sold out really fast. And like the Shaman sold out really fast too. Like the Shaman's not my favorite knife. I think it's, I mean, it's good, but I've only had one, and I didn't love it. You know, I don't like the little nub that protrudes from the choil and all that. I don't know. I think it would have been an awesome like lock back instead of a compression lock. Like the Bodacious looks interesting, but you know, I'm not really interested in getting a Bodacious in S30V for, you know, almost 200 bucks. I definitely want to wait for better steels to come out on that. Something different at least before I went and did that. So yeah, there we go. I think, taking a look at it, I think that finish is pretty awesome. That kind of texture blasted finish on the scales from Rock Scale Design, and then that stone wash finish on the blade. I think that looks pretty awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you get one of these? You thinking about getting one of these? I mean, I don't think they sold out like super quick. I think they're still available. I mean, the military knife in general isn't for everybody. I mean, it's freaking huge. I mean, that's the Spyderco Military 2, and you know, that's the Inkosi, the large Inkosi. What else do I have handy? I mean, that's an SMF. So, I mean, it's not a small knife. I mean, it's pretty darn big, and it's not for everyone. I think a lot of people are kind of like, they don't want the military 2. The military, I mean, I think the upgrades that they did for the military, I've talked about all this. I'm not going to go into detail on it. But I think the military 2 is pretty sweet. It's definitely, you know, a bigger, in my opinion, better version of the PM2. So I really dig it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, thanks for checking out the video. Give me a follow on Instagram if you're not doing so already, at Chuck_Nunface, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.